Reduce the volume of that thing. Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Am I on? I think so. I'm so sorry. So happy Sunday. It's Sunday again. My favorite day of the week. I don't know about you, but it's my favorite time of the week. So last week, right? We did Drive With Me Sunday. We started off with a song by and then I went on then I started discussing, talking about something very important to me, which is, accepting help and giving help, that kind of thing. And of course, network would come. Network went bad, really. T-Mobile, they're like witches and wizards at T-Mobile. They just, every time I go on like that, they just come and anyway, so today I decided I'm just gonna continue from last week, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna play a song because we don't know how many minutes we have with this network. So let me just jump right into it. So anyway, this morning, sorry, what I was talking about was that, in life, we're all going through different things, right? We all want help from different people, correct? And I've come across a lot of people, not a lot, but few people who are the type that would do something. Sorry, my friend Tokwe keeps trying to chat with me. Who would give a help or another, and I don't know if I'm using the right Yoruba terminology. Somebody please correct me if I'm wrong. But you know what I mean? Loshomo means attend more kind of like, oh yeah, I did this for you. If not for me, you wouldn't be where you are. You must lick my feet. You must bow down to me. You must, that kind of behavior. I don't know if you've ever experienced anything like that before, but so I was just gonna say that well, first and foremost, let's address the people who are like that. Now, just because you were opportune to do something for someone does not mean, hey Tammy, I see you. Hi Talani, I see you too. Hey Big Champ, I see you as well. So just because you're opportuned to do something for someone does not make you God, and it doesn't mean that you should have like a godlike complex over that person. Everyone is really functioning by God's grace, simply by the grace and simply by the mercies of God. Some people enjoy the mercies and grace of God earlier than others. You know what I mean? Everyone will at some point in time in life, by God's grace, our hope is that we will all be opportune to enjoy God's mercies and God's grace. Some people more than others, some people earlier on than others. So if you find yourself opportune to you're enjoying God's mercies and God's grace sooner than others, and then you want to help them do something. Say you want to help them start a business, and they're like, oh, I need 150,000 naira or 250,000 naira to start a business, and then you give them that money. Don't come 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 years down the line and be like, if not for me, you would not have been able to start your business. I gave you money. Oh, please, bullocks, like, can we please just cut that nonsense out? You know what I mean? Like, can we just please stop? Let's just stop with that. It's not cool. If you want to do something for someone, do it and keep it moving. Like, because you do something for someone doesn't mean that you should have that, you should put that on hold on their life. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain this. Somebody please help me out here. And like, I've seen people who will say, oh, I helped this person, maybe a successful trader who now goes on the Dubai-Lagos route, multiple times a year, and has a booming business and a successful business. And then you have this person who maybe was the one that shared details about how to go about the Dubai whatever route. You know what I mean? And you've helped. Maybe you even took them to the places in Dubai, to the traders in Dubai, to know where to buy from. You know what I mean? And then maybe you guys have a disagreement over something else entirely later on in life, and then the next thing for you to now say is, don't forget I was the one that made you. Don't forget I was the one that took you to Dubai. Don't forget if you owe your success to me. Is it because you're now successful that's why you can open your mouth? Come on, cut that nonsense out. Because here's what I think, right? Just because you opened the doors for that person at that time doesn't mean that is the only door that would ever have opened for them. As a matter of fact, God may have a better door for them. You might have thought, oh, well, me opening the door to Dubai for this person is all of it in the world. It's very possible that a few years from then, God planned on opening doors to an oil block. which by all standards knocks off your Dubai connection by several ways. You know what I mean? So why? And I've heard that before. Like, dude, if not for me, you will not be in London. Please, can we please just get out of here with all that nonsense? Let's just stop. Please, let's just stop. Just because you helped someone, you got them to where they are. Not that you didn't get them to where they are. You helped with a start. Maybe they just first moved to America or something. They won the visa lottery or something, and they were looking for a place to stay. You know what I mean? And then you opened your doors to them, you housed them. They stayed in your house for a few months until they found their feet, and then, you know, a few years down the line, they're done with school, or, you know, they're done, you know, they're flourishing in business or flourishing in a professional career, and then maybe, you know, you guys have a disagreement over Ashrebi or something. You know what I mean? Then they start to tell you your entire life history. If not because of me, you would have slept in a shelter when you first moved to America. I was the one that showed you. So the person that helped you to get to America, what should that person say then? Like, can we please just stop this already? Let's just stop this already. Like, it's very irritating, very annoying. Let's just stop it already. Like I said, everyone enjoys the grace of God at different points in their life, either earlier on, either towards the end of your life, either midway, and some people maybe throughout their entire life. You know, they just got it like that. Let's not hold on to some kind of good that we have done for somebody. Let's not hold on to it. Somebody will come and say, oh yes, I was the one that paid for your child's school fees. You know, your child's school fees. If not for me, they would not have been able to go to school. Okay, thank God, we bless you. I'm always of the opinion, this is just me personally, if I do something for someone, say even if I come to an event that you're having or something, and you know, I'm leaving or something, you're like, well, thank you so much for coming and everything. You know, I'm very, very good with that. I'm okay with that. I have no problem. There are some people that will say, oh, they did not call me to say thank you for coming. Egbami, when they said thank you for coming at the party in your auto, you're still waiting for them to pick up the phone specially and call you to say thank you for coming. Like, come on now, let's be real. Can we just please stop? If you know you're that kind of person and you don't know how to let go, you know you're the type of person that's always going to, you know, hold on to things, don't render any kind of help. It's that simple. When they come to you and to say auntie or uncle or brother or sister or whatever, or mom or whatever, just say, nah man, I can, but I can help you, but I'm gonna be reminding you about what I did in 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. In fact, till you die. As long as you're kissing my behind and you're doing everything I want you to do at the time that I want you to do, how I want you to do it, you basically become enslaved to me. Like, it's like by you accepting that person's help, you've kind of sold whatever birthright that you have. And you don't necessarily have to be older. You know what I mean? Every person, young or old, it has some level of birthright. So and this brings me to part 2 of this, which is to the people who are accepting help from just anybody. Let me tell you something. No matter how hungry you are, no matter how bad things are, you have got to be careful about accepting certain things from people. It's okay for you to not have $100 in your account, right? Or maybe even up to 10,000 naira in your account, and then somebody comes and says, okay, by 100k, it's okay for you to say, Eshegoni, but I'll pass. You know why I said so? Because you might collect that 100k, and for the rest of your life you will have no peace. For the rest of your life, this one person will hold it on you. For the rest of your life, you become that person's slave, and you don't want to do that. But when God does something for you, you know, he doesn't add any kind of sorrow. And like I said, when you do something for someone and you're holding on to it and using it as some kind of mechanism to rule over them, it's like you're bringing sorrow to it. But when God does something, there is no sorrow. When somebody, you know, sometimes you have to just check the personality and the character of the person that you want to, you know, that's rendering you help. If somebody says, I want to help you get a passport or visa or something to come to another country or something, you gotta be careful. And let me just tell you, just because somebody else thinks it is time for you to jump or it's time for you to take a certain step, that doesn't mean that that's the time that God has in store for you. That doesn't mean that that's the time that God has allotted for you to make that journey. It doesn't mean that that's the time that God has said, okay, this is the time to make that move. So it's very, very, very important. Do you understand what I mean? Like, we're older now. Most of the people watching this, we're probably around my generation. So we're older, we're wiser, we're doing things. You have to communicate this to your younger ones, to your friends, to your families, to your children. You know what I mean? It's so important for you to seek God's face in everything. I can't even stress that enough. When there is no peace surrounding a decision to do something, to take a step, that might be just God telling you right there that, hold on. I was talking to one of my egbons over the weekend, Pastor Olumide Fatusi, which, by the way, he does this, he's such a prolific writer. He does this thing called Godly Diet, and it's so profound. And I think I'm going to start sharing it every day now. So we were talking over the weekend, and he was just saying, talking about, it's necessary for you to have that peace concerning a step that you're about to take. And I can't iterate it enough. You must have that peace about any step that you're about to take. Don't let circumstances force you to sell yourself to somebody who is not even worth selling yourself to. Don't let circumstances, don't let the hunger, the drive, the need, the what, don't let it force you into taking a step ahead of God. And then for the rest of your life, you're full of regrets. So that's really what I wanted to share. We've gotten to the part of my route to church, which is around NASA, where I usually lose network. So just in case I lose network at this point, I think I've made my point clear. I've said what I needed to say. I wanted to make this very, very short. But again, I'm just appealing to everybody. Let's just try. Let's just do better. Let's just do better. And we all can do better. Myself, I can do way, way, way better than I'm currently doing. And I'm just praying for grace. I continue to pray for grace. Continue to pray to be a better person. It's like one of the, when I'm on my own in my bedroom, which I'm always, a lot of times I am, and I'm just reflecting over things. Some of the prayers I just pray at that point and say, it's just, God, please help me. I want to be a better person. I want to be better than I was yesterday. I want to be better than I was yesterday. Help me to be better than my parents. Help me to be better than my siblings. Help me to be better than my friends. Help me to be a shining star, not in a materialistic way, but in a good way, that I can touch people's lives around me in a positive way. Help me to see beyond what is ordinary. Help me to know beyond the ordinary. Just help me to be better, to be better, to be better. The person I was 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 15 years ago, I don't want to be that person. I want to be even better than I was. You know what I mean? So it's good for us to just continue to increase, not in size like people like me right now. We're expanding when it comes to clothing size, but that's by the way. So that's just what I wanted to share with you guys. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. This is a holiday weekend for us, so we have a public holiday tomorrow. If you have a barbecue going on, don't invite me. I want to sleep in my house, so I can't be ready for work on Tuesday. God bless you. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you Bosaya for joining. Thank you Sean Martins. Thank you Kunle Babatunde. Shewogundare. Thank you Brasielu. Thank you so much. Thank you all. God bless you. I can see so many other people. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you. Have a fantastic week. And if you like what I've said, if you like the message, please share with your friends. My profile is locked with Agada Godo because there are so many interesting people in this world. But I think I'm going to start making my videos open in public.